Welcome to Hebrew 101. Hebrew 101 is a masterclass that I put together for the Unity Consciousness to allow us and everyone under the sound of my voice to receive the science and understand deeply how rooted this language is and how it can assist you on your journey of consciousness, expanding in the spiritual realm. Like always, I would like us to breathe in the deep and breathe in the highest consciousness. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in deeply the miracle of breath, high, and breathing out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now receive these words in the ancient tongue. מחשבה בתולה טהורה ראשונה לפני זה האמת. מחשבה בתולה טהורה ראשונה לפני זה האמת. מחשבה בתולה טהורה ראשונה לפני זה האמת. יוד ה' ו' ה' יוד ה' ו' ה' יוד ה' ו' ה' Selah. This mantra is the mantra that takes your soul back to its original state, to its original consciousness, where you know and remember the science of the universe, the mysteries of spirit, infinite energy. Tapping into this pre-thought, the version pre-thought, is your intuitive thought. Tapping into your highest consciousness allows you to expand and draw down the higher self, the higher thinking, seeing the truth for what it is, navigating this earth walk with a spiritual senses and understanding. Now, going deeper into this Hebrew language. Hebrew is an ancient language. Hebrew as an ancient language holds immense depth and significance in its letters, embodying gematria and numeric values. It is classified as a Shemitic language, although if you look it up and research, they will say Semitic language, part of the Afro-Asiatic language family, along with the Akkadian, Aramaic, and Arabic languages and other ancient languages. It's imperative to understand that when dealing with this ancient language, understand that it's not about just because it's ancient. You have many ancient languages out there, many dimensions and many dispensations prior to the people using the ancient language. But this higher vibration language is one of many that assists to unlock light codes. What is light codes? Light codes are the ancient wisdom, mysteries, and esoterics of the universe. The earliest Hebrew texts date back to the 2nd millennium BCE. And it was commonly spoken, the Israelite tribes until the fall of Jerusalem. In 587 BCE, after their exile, Hebrew began to fade as a spoken language. When we say exile, after Jerusalem was desecrated by the Greco-Romans, it was forbidden to speak Hebrew, and many people migrated throughout the world and had been detached from the ancient language. It began to be ceased as a spoken language, but remained preserved in written form. That's why we have the ancient Torah. That's why we have the Dead Sea Scrolls, the scrolls of Masada, the ancient books that are sealed and written in the original tongue called Hebrew. But because they were written and considered only in ancient texts. Due to this use, they call it the sacred writings. It became known as Lashon HaKodesh. Lashon HaKodesh means the holy tongue. According to Kabbalist scholars, let's dive deeper into Kabbalist or Kabbalah. The word Kabbalah means reception or one who receive. Understand deeply that the ancient science, the handwritings on the wall, the monuments, all these things were tools that we use, our ancestors and the ancients used to pass down the legacies and the mysteries of the universe. Because they are symbolic, they are meant for you to go deeper. The ancient scrolls and writings are imperables, codes, seals. It is you who reads them with the intention of calling down your highest consciousness, bringing in the ancestors, bringing in the ancients in spirit to receive the understanding of breaking the real seals of what it all means. They hid it intentionally. They didn't want it just to pass it down because this is powerful knowledge, powerful ancient science. So they wanted to make sure that you had to be ready. You had to evolve to this level of consciousness. You had to be willing. So Kabbalah, I personally consider myself a Kabbalist because a lot of my teachings, a lot of the things that I now coach and bring to earth is from the higher realm. I am the initiate of spirit. Hebrew may have been the original language by Adam and Eve. The Garden of Eden was the language used by all humanity until the Tower of Babel incident, Genesis 11:1. In the Torah, the names of Adam's descendants carry meaningful names in Hebrew interpretations, such as Methuselah. Methuselah meaning his death will bring, which coincided with the flood, Genesis 5:21. It was known that every ancient had a Hebrew name. A Hebrew name was mainly giving you the energy in which you will hold and house, whether it's a revelation, whether it's an energy that you had to live up to, or you that describe the energy that you are here to bring. The original Hebrew alphabet comprised solely consonants. Vowel signs and pronunciations currently accepted from biblical Hebrew were later developed by scholars. It was later developed by scholars, giving to the people because it was hard for them to truly understand the unlocking and the vibration of this energy. So Spirit gave the scholars the intent to add vowels, to give you an initiative, to simplify it, to make it easier for us to tap in to the original consciousness. Really understand deeply into your heart that it was intentional due to the fall of consciousness. The fall of consciousness had a direct effect on why we get pieces of the puzzle in increments. This language is written from right to left and consists of the 22 characters in its alphabet. Now, when we talk about its 22 characters, it is actually in modern Hebrew 27. But we are diving deeply only in the science of the 22. 2 plus 2 is 4, which is balance. It is the energy that reads from right to left because it activates the spiritual feminine energy, the energy of creation, the energy of vibration and frequency. The left side of the brain is the masculine energy. That's your logic mind. That is the mind in which you do need that logical mind, but we need it in oneness and balance. That's why the 22 is so powerful, because it is in balance. One of the powerful tools of the Hebrew language is it does use the energy of gender. Gender is very rooted in the Hebrew language. Each letter can be composed of more than one element. What does that mean? The symbols in which I will begin to call out and show you, they can be comprised of more than one letter. That's going deeper into the elevated conscious state, in which I will not share today. These symbols carry a significant meaning, making them more than just characters and symbols. Why teach Hebrew? Hebrew is one of the 5 ancient languages. Which are the 5 ancient languages? Egyptian, Sanskrit, Hebrew, Tibetan, and Chinese. Forever, God, thy words is settled in the heavens. Meaning that vibration, frequency that you seek, the truth, the understanding that you're looking for, that deeper relationship to higher self is written in the heavens. You have to draw that down from above down to the below. 12 letters out of the 22 letters, symbols, are the DNA codes for the 12 signs of the zodiac. Then 7 letters are the DNA forces that created the sun and the moon and the first 5 planets. When truly understanding the deeper science of this Hebrew language, you understand that it's infinite. We can go on and dive deeper into the spiritual realm, the mystical realms of the universe. But just like source, just like your soul and your spirit, it is eternal. So the journey of elevating your consciousness is eternal. These languages activate higher consciousness by using these letters or languages. One of these languages, you set up a conscious wavelength of light that resonates with all 5 bodies. When we talk about the 5 bodies, we are talking about this spiritual body, the etheric body, the mental body, the emotional body, and the physical body. So by using this high vibrational frequency language, you align your energy systems as above, so below. Consciousness is awakened, and we begin to live through our higher self as a spirit having a physical experience, experiencing true peace and self-love. The Torah is rooted in Hebrew, and for us to break the seals of centuries of hidden messages, thus causing our remembrance, is certain prayers, certain mantras you come across and you remember. You don't know where you remember. You feel like a sense of deja vu. That's because it is activating and unlocking the subconscious within you, reminding you who you are, what esoteric meanings you are, what are your symbols, what are your language, your light languages, tapping into infinite source of wisdom. Through these letters of the Hebrew alphabet, the universe was created. These letters of creation are not only responsible for the inception of the world, they are the energy of all things. Hebrew has 22 letters, yet 5 extra letters that I spoke about, which are considered the vowels. That's the Hebrew grammar in modern today's Hebrew. Geometry, the branch of mathematics concerned with the properties and relations of points, lines, surfaces, and solids in higher dimensions, analogs. Sacred geometry, the term sacred is a common element, it's universal, of the human condition. Sacred geometry forms are sacred universal patterns used in the design of everything. Hebrew letters are connected to one of the ancient documented sciences, which is the tree of life. As you see here at the bottom, I added a few of the modules of sacred geometry. It's very interesting for you to understand how powerful it is to be living and existing in the age of Aquarius, awakening to the true essence of the universe. These sacred geometries used to be forbidding to speak about, practice, use. Why? Because it obtained the knowledge and the sequences of the universe. You understand, you meditate and activate these different patterns, you call back massive energy, wisdom, and power, which is your birthright as a spirit. The letters. Aleph represents the number one. Number one is the energy of oneness. When we understand the divine is composed of two energies, which is masculine and feminine energy, but in unison, which is oneness. When you are drawing down this energy from the divine, that is mind and heart in unison. Heart and mind activating and creating. That is one of the highest ways that we manifest, by balancing in oneness. The letter Bait. Bait is the number two. This is the energy of duality. Understand the duality is the light and the darkness, the sun and the moon, the night sky and the day sky. But also, the duality represents the spirit realm and the physical realm. You are the bridge to bring both energies in unison in the seat of your soul, which is your heart. The letter Gimel is the energy of the number three, which is the energy of generosity and flow of the divine energy. Now, mind you, by created in the image of source, you have both masculine and feminine energy within you, which means in unison, balancing heart and mind, balancing those energies. Whatever you create is the offspring, which is considered the Trinity. That number three, the energy of free flow, generosity, divine energy. The letter Dalet. Dalet represents the number four. The number four is balance. The number four also represents the doors of pathways into the different dimensions. Tapping in to the letter four energy, the Dalet energy, it opens doors into the mysteries, the different dimensions in which higher levels of consciousness dwell. The letter Hey. The letter Hey represents the number five. The number five is the energy of the divine breath and transformative energy. It is the energy of the Shekinah. The Shekinah is the mother, but it's the energy of becoming the vessel in which that energy, that divine energy flows, being that open channel of consciousness. Also reminding you that the number five represents change, walking through the different dimensions, tapping into elevated consciousness. Your soul is eternal. Your spirit is eternal. That means that you are always in a constant state of change, expansion, death and rebirth, rebirthing new consciousness and new awarenesses, using the love of the mother and the divine source of transformative energy. Vav. Vav represents the number six, and this energy represents the connection linking spirit to the physical realm. Now, we were always taught that the number six is to be feared. 666 3 times is the lower dimensions. A lot of the things that is truly the energy of your highest consciousness are definitely the energy in which we were told to refrain from. 6 plus 6 is 12. Plus 6 is 18. Put 1 and 8 together, that's a 9. That is divine fulfillment, completing a cycle. So when you tapping in to the higher realms of dimension, understanding the duality, but understanding the hidden mysteries of consciousness, we can always look at everything in the duality. Because if you look at 666, switch them and turn them around, they are 999. Always, if you're looking in the energy of gratitude and looking for the light, you will find it. You will always be able to see the positive outcomes out of any situation. Zion is the number 7. This energy is associated with sustenance and spiritual nourishment. 7, just like the year 2023, it was the year of 7. It represented the energy of introspection, reflection, going deeper, building a relationship with the divine. Just like the divine in Genesis, after the 6th day, the 7th day, he rested. And when I say he, that represents the energy of both energies as the androgynous being. So understanding this androgynous being that is both masculine and feminine energy. But the lever 7 was an energy in which sit down, reflect, marvel at what you have accomplished in these last 6 years, on these last 6 days. So the number 7 was representation to stop and reflect. Go back, go over, go deeper, and understand the true light, knowledge, and wisdom that you could take away from the past 6 years of your generation. That's what that last year, 2023, represented. So today, understanding the letter Zion, we all represent that energy. We all expanded from last year. We gained new insights, deeper intuition, deeper relationships with source, deeper relationships with ourselves. That is the number 7. The letter Chet. The letter Chet represents the energy of 8, which is infinite, eternal, spiral, as you can see, the energy of life and protection. Chet represents green, life force, electricity, frequency. Tet. Tet is the letter that represents the number 9, the energy that represents goodness and beauty. The number 9, once you have went through divine fulfillment, closing out cycles, just like Earth closed out a 180-year cycle. This is one of the reasons why 2024 is an abundant year, the year of karma, the year of justice, because if you taking the initiative to go through the cycles, dive deeper, gain insight, you have planted seeds for the divine fulfillment. You are able to tap in and see the beauty of the mysteries, see the beauty in your experiences. I too wrote the book From Powerless to Powerful in 2023. It was representation of my own energy and its evolution, walking through my energy and being able to gain beautiful insight of everything that I experienced. One of the ways that we begin to tap in deeper into seeing the love and the grace and the beauty, even in a traumatic experience, is once you remove the lenses of hurt, when you remove the lenses of trauma, when you are now connected to the divine plan and understanding the higher consciousness and the realms. Yod represents the number 10, which is the divine spark associated with wisdom, understanding, and consciousness. But let's go a little deeper. Think of 10 1 plus 0 makes 1, which means once you complete a cycle with that divine spark, with that connection with the divine, that energy flow and understanding of higher consciousness, then you begin a new cycle, a new evolution. You can have this death and rebirth as easy as 2, 3, 4 times a day, a week, a month, or a year. It is all due to how you choose on your journey to go deeper. The letter Kaf. Kaf represents the energy of 2. The energy represents the palm or the hands for potential. Kaf, also thinking of the letter 2. 20 diverts back to the number 2, which is balance. Lamed is the energy of the number 30. Learning and teaching in the pursuit of knowledge. Lamed is the energy of one who is consistently in a parameter, consistently in a paradigm, in a circular motion, eternal source of learning and teaching and expanding. One who learns constantly, teaches what they learned, and they are always seeking to expand on their knowledge. Initiations, then you initiate it one way, then you expand into higher consciousness, and then you will find that you go into deeper initiations. That's the beauty of being eternal souls. Mem represents the number 4 and is the energy of the water. Water represents nourishment, life force. We are 75% water. So understanding that water is also the first element that we are born in. When you are in the womb, when you are developing, you are in water. The first element that you breathe is water, which is nourishment, which is love, compassion, frequency, and consciousness. Water holds a high vibration of consciousness. It represents the subconscious. The subconscious flows. It never sleeps. It is the energy of spirit. So it is where your memories are. It is where your higher consciousness is. Mastering your mindset, mastering moving the conscious mind out the way, putting the conscious mind to sleep. That's why hypnosis is so effective, because you bypass the conscious mind and you put directly intention to open the doors of the subconscious. That is love. That is the mother. That is the energy and frequency of creation. Noon represents 50, the number 50, the energy of faith and consistency. Faith and consistency also, 5 plus 0 is 5. So we're talking about being in a perpetual cycle, an energy flow of consistent faith on your journey. Samech represents the letter 60, the energy of support and protection. If you look at the letter Samech, it is a circle. So by it being in a circle, you have endless, limitless support and protection. Ain represents the letter 7, the energy, and when I say 7, we're talking about 7D. 7D, that reverts to 7, the energy of insight, awareness, and the divine vision. Pei is the letter and the numbers, the energy of 80, the energy with the mouth that signifies speech and the power of words. It is written in the good book that the power of life and death is held at the tongue. It is the tongue, but it's not just the tongue. It is the throat chakra. The throat chakra is the voice box for your heart. But also, behind the throat chakra, you have a Bindu chakra. The Bindu chakra drips immortal life or death into your own physical body. What does that mean? When you speak goodness, grace, love, and abundance on someone else, you are speaking it to every cell in your body. But on the latter, if you curse someone else, you have cursed yourself. These are ways to understand deeply the power of speech. What is in your heart? What are you creating? What are you speaking over others and over yourself? It's very, very personal, and it has to be intentional. Tzaddik. Tzaddik represents 90, the energy of righteousness and the spiritual aspiration. The number 90 also revert back to 9. The energy of righteousness and spiritual aspiration is going to always be in the cycles of 9. You finish and complete a cycle, you divine fulfillment, then you go to the letter 10. The letter 10 represents the energy of expansion, new beginnings. Kuf, that follows right after 9, there go 100. The energy of holiness and sanctity. After you have gone through different dimensions, 9th dimensions, you completed different cycles of consciousness, then you are now in the state of that vessel, of a temple in which the divine dwells. Worrying about how you speak, worrying about your specialties, not knowing how to do something, even when you have a calling or an anointing on your life, when you call in the higher consciousness, when you call in your higher self, when you call in the divine, just like Moses when he said, go to Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go. He said, I don't know how to talk. I stutter. I have a speech impairment. Spirit said, go, and I will fill your mouth. And on the way, for you to feel confident, take your brother. So think about that deeply. Understand that we were never meant to do it alone. Spirit never put you in a state that you completely do it alone. But the first cycles of initiation is learning how to build that relationship with the divine. So sometimes when you're going through the awakening process, you do feel like you're alone. But that's only because they want you to believe, have faith, and walk and build a relationship with the unseen and the unknown until you build that relationship and it becomes second nature and known to you. Resh represents the number 200, the energy of the head and leadership. Understanding that leadership, when you put that energy, the Godhead over your life, you taking accountability now. You're no longer the sheep. You're no longer just following and you are herd. You are now taking accountability of what's going on in your life, what you're creating, what you're speaking over your life, what type of paradigms you continuously keeping yourself in or breaking free from. That's Resh. Sheen represents 300, the energy of the divine presence and transformation. Sheen also reverts back to the number 3, which is that Trinity. You become the walking divine vessel in which you can create infinitely, limitless, with the energy of transformation with the divine. Tav represents the energy of completion, the number 400, truth and the end of cycles. 4, once again, represents the balance. Yud He Vav He, the higher source, and Vav He within your heart, which you draw down your higher self. That is the balance of the I am presence. Yihye Asher Yihye. Let's go over the tree of life. The tree of life is a sacred geometry, a Kabbalistic sacred geometry in which the alphabet holds vibration and energy in the meridians. For those who do not know what the meridians is, The meridians are the pathways, the highways, the veins to the energy system. Know that this energy, each vein, each vessel, each part of your body holds positive frequency and vibration that is crucial to your transformation and your evolution in consciousness. What is the tree of life? A symbol of personal growth, strength, and beauty. The tree of life represents our personal development, uniqueness, and individual beauty. Just as the branches of a tree strengthen and grow, so can we. We are here to expand and grow in consciousness. One thing you can take with you when you drop this earth suit, this avatar, this physical body, is consciousness, is wisdom. For your soul is eternal. That's the one thing you can take with you. All the things that we invest in, homes, cars, trips, all those things are essential, and we are here to enjoy the experience called life. But never forget that life's purpose is about expanding in wisdom, so you can take it alongside with your soul's journey. Being very mindful and intentional, knowing that we can't take anything with us but the wisdom and consciousness to the next realm. The words that I want to share with you all, these are words that just by beginning to use this on your soul's journey, it will help you unlock and expand. Im ahava shlema. Im ahava shlema is with unconditional love. But it's not just with unconditional love. It is with perfect, mother, nourishing, compassionate, unconditional love. Ima, the energy of Ima means mother. But when we think of mother, we're talking about the divine mother, the original conscious that birthed this universe and all universes. Abba, Abba is father, but the divine father. For mother and father of this universe, of all universes, birthed consciousness, frequency, sound, languages, and the essence of who we are. Ruach HaElohi. Ruach HaElohi is divine breath or spirit. Using this energy, this to elevate your consciousness, using the mantra in your rising meditations, activating these mantras before tapping into a prayer to assist in your endeavors, to call in your higher self, to call in the highest consciousness. Ruach HaElohi is the breath of life, the breath of the divine. For through the breath of the divine, we exist. Todah. Todah is thank you. But it's not just thank you. See, when we talk of vibration and frequency, there isn't no direct connection from Hebrew to English. But it is the energy of pure gratitude. She Prays Mission. By joining this course, you have made a commitment, not to me, not just to take this course, but to part of your soul's journey to evolve in consciousness, which this commitment makes you a part of the team. Team TOR. TOR stands for Team of Remembrance. Each day, we fill our lives with light, consciousness, awareness, wisdom, ancient knowledge, ancient sacred tools. As we work on our journey to becoming our true selves and walking in our true purpose. As a team member, it is prudent to understand that on this journey, we must strive for a life where the physical, the mental, and emotional are integrated into the spiritual. With that, I close this class out with the love and the vibration of Im Ahava Shlema, the perfect love of the divine, from my heart to yours. Selah.